Welcome, this is MCG Tech with a water, air, and Peltier cooled system. In this video, I will be combining my successful water and air cooling system with the, let's just say, not so successful Peltier cooling system that I tested in a past video. At this point, you may be wondering why I should even bother trying to use Peltier if it performed so poorly for me in the past. My answer to that is that theoretically, because I have a better cooler, I should be able to dissipate the heat of the hot side of the Peltier plate much better, allowing me to get the cold side much colder. For those of you who don't know what a Peltier plate does, to put it simply, one side of the plate gets very cold, while the other side gets much hotter. If the hot side is not controlled, it will overpower the cold side, leaving an overall hotter plate on both sides. The CPU I will be attempting to cool is the Core 2 Duo E7300. As the name implies, this is a dual-core CPU clocked in at 2.66 GHz. With a 65 watt TDP, this CPU will be pushing the cooler. But as long as it does not reach its T-case or max allowed temperature of 74.1 degrees Celsius, it should be fine. Last time I actually had to stop the air-cooled Peltier system halfway through the test because it reached 74 degrees. So hopefully, with the addition of water cooling, this system will perform better. Before I installed the Peltier plate, I used a barrel adapter in order to connect a power supply and identify each side. By using a thermal gun, I was able to confirm that one side was indeed getting cooler. Before I could install the Peltier plate, I had to clean off all of the old thermal paste. One thing to keep in mind is I still had Vaseline applied on my motherboard, so I didn't need to add any more. Vaseline is useful for keeping condensation from shorting out your motherboard. Once all of the hardware was cleaned, I applied thermal paste to the CPU. I am using the spreading method to ensure consistency, although I use the P method on all of my computer builds. Next, I placed the Peltier plate on the CPU, with the cold side facing down. After applying another layer of thermal paste, I placed the water block on top of the hot side of the Peltier plate. Using one last layer of paste, I secured the air cooler on top of the water block. This part of the install was very tedious because the plate and water block kept on sliding around, but once two of the mounting screws were screwed in, I was able to create a solid tension fit. The testing method I use to push CPUs to their limits is 10 minutes of stressing using the program CPU-Z. As I mentioned earlier, if a CPU ever reaches 74 degrees Celsius, the test will be stopped. To my relief, this cooling system survived the full 10 minutes, but did not yield great results. With an ending temperature of 73 degrees Celsius for Core 0 and 71 degrees for Core 1, this system got very close to failing the test. Considering how this test did last 2 times as long as my previous Peltier cooling test, it actually was a substantial improvement. However, the performance of just water and air cooling is far superior. In conclusion, even though I do consider this a success, in the way that the system was able to survive the test, I cannot recommend this setup to anyone. Water and air cooling simply performs so much better. I am thinking about attempting custom water cooling a graphics card, so if you would be interested in that, make sure to let me know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like this video and subscribe. Also feel free to check out the rest of the content on this channel. Thank you for watching.